Another resupply done. We are leaving Agua Dulce, heading to Wrightwood. Another 4 days. What are we gonna see? I don't know.
Waiting it out, I feel like, was definitely the right call. It rained again last night, and we are dry and I would say toasty, but it is a little chilly out, which honestly is great news for us. So super excited. Back onto some trails in the mountains, and hopefully we've got some fresh water in those streams. Looking forward to the rocks ahead.
Day 110 and we're still loving it out here. I think life in Southern California, we're gonna have to get used to just seeing the roads through all the mountains, but there are definitely mountains, tall ones, green ones.
Ooh, that guy's camouflage, wow. Can you even see it?
I don't know.
There he goes.
Look at the spikes on his head.
Look at him.
Definitely.
Totally Bowser.
The plan for this morning, this afternoon, and this evening is to go uphill. Big climb today outside of Agua Dulce. Not gonna make it to the top. We're gonna make it as far as we can. Up we go. Tonight, we actually found a campground on top of a mountain. So, looks like we're gonna have a picnic table and a toilet.
And a bear box, so we just throw everything in there. We don't have to worry about putting stuff in our tents. It'll be delightful.
We got the place to ourselves. I like it. Look at all those bear boxes. Perfect spot.
It's day 111. So far, a beautiful morning, but windy and chilly. We slept great last night. Our quilt did its job, so we were warm, even though I think it was very cold outside. And we're excited to just get in kind of some leisurely miles today. Shouldn't be too much elevation gain. We want to position ourselves well because we do have a nearly 9,000, 10,000 foot climb tomorrow. So position ourselves well is the goal. Have a leisurely day and enjoy these beautiful desert mountains.
Got some tricky blowdown to get around, or in this case, under this morning. Watch your head.
That was elegant.
We just turned the corner. We're seeing quite a bit of snow where I only imagine we're heading tomorrow. Whew.
Ding! A new wilderness area! I'm so excited. Pleasant View Ridge Wilderness and the Angeles National Forest. Ooh, Mount Baden Powell, 25 miles tomorrow project.
Good morning on day 112 of our southbound Pacific Crest Trail hike. Today's kind of a big day. It's been on our minds for a little while because we've got a couple mountains we're approaching. We saw snow on them yesterday, so what is in store for us, we do not know yet. First one is Mount Williamson. Next one's Mount Baden-Powell, pushing 10,000 feet, I believe. We don't know if we're gonna get over both of them today. Time will tell. Supposedly, from at least Mount Baden-Powell summit, we can see the LA skyline. Excited about that.
We have less than 400 miles to go. It's amazing. If I had the energy for antics, I would be doing some dance or I would have made a song, but it is still early in the morning. And we have a huge day ahead of us in terms of trying to climb one, maybe one and a half, maybe 2 mountains today. So the trip is not over. We've got a lot left, but it is dwindling quickly. I cannot believe that we're this close to the border.
400 exclamation mark.
Woo! Now I got the energy.
Really spelling it out here. We have 400 miles left to go.
We haven't seen enough water for a fridge lately. The water is really cold too, just like it was in the mountains. I guess we're in the mountains again, that's what that means.
We just took our first proper lunch break in days. Really, we haven't been stopping for more than like 10 or 15 minutes, but today I think we stopped for an hour. Had a good water source. So we sat there, we ate mashed potatoes, then we ate macaroni and cheese, and then we had an apple. That was really good. Feeling refreshed. Back to the climbing. The most rare shot in these videos, Christine walking towards the camera.
We got some 360-degree views again.
Highway 2, snaking through the mountains.
We just crushed it. Like, we were worried about this climb, and we're at a stopping point, and we're like, oh, there's some really nice views here. And then we're like, wait a minute, we're at the top. So that feels good. And yeah, I mean, after 100 and some days of doing this, I guess we have gotten a little better at just climbing and getting through it. We'll probably still have trouble going up one set of stairs in our house at home.
I'll be out of breath for sure. Next mountain looks a lot snowier though, so
Yeah, it does.
we might hit it soon.
Yeah, and we're at about, I think, over 8,000 feet, but not 9,000, I think is
Yeah.
what we're at, so.
The view is so good, but I don't think we're gonna get a view again on this trail where we don't see roads and towns.
I think that's true. Like, LA is never far from our sites for the rest of the time. I do think we're going to have, the wilderness is over.
Yeah, I mean, it's still cool, but it feels different.
Put that on the list of things you're going to miss, is being in the wilderness and not seeing any evidence of civilization.
Yeah.
Williamson check. Baden-Powell, here we come.
It's so neat being in the snow when you know how hot it must be down there on the flats. Honestly, it's pretty hot up here right now too. Whew, but that wind is cold, so we got our jackets on.
Sucks that the weather keeps changing, so you have to keep layering up, layering down. But yeah, it's totally fine to be walking in the snow. Excited to get to where we're gonna camp tonight.
We're hearing a lot of this ice fall from the trees. Big chunks.
You just see the wind in those icicles.
All right, this is our first night camping on snow as far as the PCT goes. It got quite snowy today. We really had to kick some steps. It was steep. It got kind of legit. We don't have traction devices, so we had to be really careful. But we did a great job. We made it to where we wanted to camp before it got dark. Hopefully in the morning it won't be too icy, but hey, if it is, we'll be patient. We'll wait it out. Still got some more up before we head down to town.
We've got beautiful views this morning on day 113. It's snowy winter wonderland. Such a beautiful morning. Treebeard is doing an amazing job carving steps so we feel safe, and man, it got snowy and rough up here. That took a turn last night we weren't expecting. We knew there was snow, but we just thought it would be kind of our normal PCT path. There would be footsteps ahead of us, and there were not. But we had a relatively good night's sleep. We did some snow camping, which we've done before, and this is not our first time carving snow steps. So, feeling good. The morning is off to a great start. Still looking forward to getting warm in Wrightwood.
We've said this in Washington, but there's few things we like more than walking on a ridge. And we are very much on a ridge right now. Amazing views that way, and amazing views to the valley that way.
Actually, I'll just add, since you said there are a few things we like more than walking on a ridge, there are a few things I like less than walking in snow. But we're gonna make it. LA.
Look at our long shadows. Those are our legs. I know.
Our moon boots.
Yeah.
We got our scarpas on because we came prepared with the crampons. I wish.
Oh my. I can't believe we made it. That was legit tough without crampons or ice axes. But we took our time. We were mostly safe.
We were in it, and the only way in is out of it. So we were as safe as we can be, or I'll be as safe as we can be on the way down.
I would say very few people are probably making it up here today, at least PCTers. So,
yeah.
Whatever that's worth, we did it.
Yeah, for better and worse. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive, and excited to be getting lunch in a couple of hours.
This tree right here is a limber pine. 1,500 years old. That's where we were just this morning. Seems like a different world down here. We made it down and off Baden Powell. We're gonna hitch into Wrightwood. We're gonna do a quick resupply, try to get back on the trail as soon as possible. But we also want to make sure we get a big meal in, as many calories as we can in our systems before this next segment.
How big our packs are. It's only 3+ days. I don't know if we got too much food or it was just unusually large today, but we're feeling full and slow.
And even though the snow isn't the best for our through hike, oh, it looks beautiful. Some other snowy mountains in the distance right there. We are back on the trail after 4 hours in Wrightwood. It was a really nice town. We got some good food at this little place. Somebody working there had hiked the PCT themselves in 1995. So that was fun to talk about the differences. Got some ice cream, went to the grocery store, and then got a super quick hitch. Probably the longest we had to wait on a hitch hike yet, but it was still under 5 minutes. So in total, 4 hours resupplied, back out here on the trail. You can see we're hiking through a burn area again. We were just told that this was all part of the Palisades fire just last year.
Another ski resort that we have walked up when we usually would be skiing down or taking a lift up.
This is a skidder. They grab the logs, usually bigger than that, right in that gravel, and drag it to the landing. Okay.
I can't see this. I have no idea what it looks like.
We made it to camp kind of early at another Forest Service campground, all to ourselves.
LA has these campgrounds and we're getting so spoiled. Although this one actually was part of the fire, so it's a little bit under construction. It's like there's machinery around, there are down logs everywhere. I'm excited to eat our sandwiches after an unexpectedly tough morning, but a very relaxing day and afternoon. I went into town and I had pizza and a hamburger and a cider and a milkshake and a Reese's, and now I'm eating dinner. So like basically eating every food that I can put in my face. I am cold again tonight, which makes me think of last night in which I was very cold. I just want to recap like the crazy 48 hours. Like yesterday we woke up, it was actually warm, dry in our tent. We hadn't had condensation in a while. We're feeling on top of the world. We planned an easy day. Like, well, that's not true. We still had like 6,000 feet of elevation, but miles wise, we were like, oh, let's not push it. Let's not try and do both mountains. It's enough elevation. We'll camp in between them and maybe we'll be done early. Things were going great. We made amazing time. We had a long break and everything was just going swimmingly. Sailed up the first peak and then we just ran into some snow and we thought, it's just the side of the mountain, because in any case, we thought, whatever, not that big a deal. We'll just get to the other side of the mountain. Try to get to the other side of the mountain. It was not clear. It was maybe even a little icier. And we started moving at like, I don't know, a half mile per hour. And we're like, no big deal. We'll get to a better patch. There'll be footsteps ahead of us that we can just step through. We had 5 miles to go and it was, 2:30. So we thought we still had plenty of time. Yeah, the snow just was slippery and it was very steep, so that if you fell, like there are in certain places, there was a real chance you would really just slide out. So it was high stakes. So trekking poles, like ice axes, Brian was kicking out steps. He's so good at that, thankfully. It allowed me to get a little bit more purchase because I was just slipping and sliding everywhere, and it was getting really frustrating. But yeah, then we camped on some snow. We've done that before. It was cold, but not the end of the world. We have an amazing quilt, which once again proved to us how it's worth its weight in gold. Slept in a little bit, got up with the sun and got out, and we're making okay progress. It was okay at first, but then we got to this ridge and it was just scary. There were no steps, and again, it was just really steep drop-offs on both sides, and we're getting more traction this morning, but you also just felt like it was so much higher stakes, like there was nothing below you. And so we kind of tried to go from tree to tree, but then there was a tree and a wind gust came and a giant like cube of ice fell, literally inches. Like, we both put our hands over our head. It almost hit my head. It did slightly hit my leg, and it shattered, and I got like some cuts on my leg from this icicle. So it was easily 10 pounds. So it just really was eye-opening that it was a little closer call than we wanted, and that's the kind of thing you can't predict. Something could fall from a tree anytime. But you can, I guess, kind of predict it because you can see which trees have giant chunks of ice. But it just wasn't something that we had the luxury of kind of like looking for, because we were looking for flat spaces to relax and rest. But we made it, and once we got to the top, it was beautiful, and we had this real moment of excitement and joy, and feeling of success. And then another pretty sketchy section to get across to the other side of the mountain, where there's a day hiker path where people come up the mountain from a different route. And once we got there, it was just much more safe feeling. And throughout the next 2 hours, we saw probably 50 people come up the mountain, and it made me feel like, why was I so scared? Like, there are all these day hikers. They're not, huge mountaineers. They're just here because they're excited there's snow and they're from LA or the neighboring areas. So anyway, that kind of humbled me a little bit as to why was I so scared. But yeah, that was a day. And then we made it down the mountain, up another hill, and it got hot. So again, just like rapidly changing, super hot in the sun, just penetrating. Couldn't wait to get into town. And then we did. And then we had this relaxing afternoon in this cute little town where we had milkshakes and had a lovely conversation with the sweetest people. And so just like the day, like so many emotions, so many different sides of people, of myself, of this country, in one 24-hour, 36-hour, 48-hour period. So anyway, that's my recap of what happened, what we went through. And I'm so glad we did. I'm so glad we're through it safely. And I'm glad that we're moving on to the next few days. Hopefully we don't have any 6 to 12 inch snow sections, but if we do, I know we'll get through them, and we'll get through them safely and together.
Sky really is as red as it seems right now. Red and orange. What a deep color. You can see the city lights. Really beautiful up here. Okay, we made it through the snow, at least for 100 miles or so. Now we're just heading downhill all day, probably 20 so miles left to the bottom of this hill. today is a special day because today we go to another PCT landmark. This time it's the McDonald's. Yep, there's one McDonald's that you can walk to from the trail, about a quarter mile off, so everybody does it. So some days I've been craving McDonald's more than others, but after 2,300 miles, it does sound pretty good. This isn't quite the wilderness of Washington.
McDonald's!
Today is day 114 on the PCT.
AKA the day we eat McDonald's. Woo! I'm like sugared up. I had a hot fudge sundae, I had cookies, I had 2 sodas. I'm like jittery, like we're gonna sprint up this mountain or I'm gonna crash and fall into the ravine. One or the other.
We went back up to the counter 3 times. We got plenty of food in our systems for tonight.
We said it was gonna be like 30 minutes in and out, but yeah, we charged, we got tons of business taken care of. So it was actually a really lovely, relaxing stop.